Please welcome to the stage Amir Sagi, Deputy Consul General of Israel in New York, to present the Lover of Israel Award in honor of the Consulate General of Israel in New York.
Whoa. Good evening, young professionals of Chabad Upper East. It's a great honor and a great pleasure to be here for the second time. I've been here last year, and I'm very honored that you invited me again. Probably I did something right. And thank you, of course, Rabbi and Rebbetzin Wilhelm. It's a great event and a great initiative, and thank you for inviting me. They tell this story about a very professional journalist, a Middle East expert that came to Israel to write about what's happening in the Middle East, and he was accompanying one of the generals of the Israeli IDF. After 2 days, very long days that he's been accompanying him in his meetings and briefings, going all around Israel in the different bases, meeting different generals. After these 2 long days, just before he departs, he asked the general, "Okay, General, can you please just give me, in one word, what is the situation here of Israel?" So the general turns to him and says, "Good." Then he says, "Okay, you know what? Do it in 2 words." Then he says, "Not good." So loving Israel is easy. Defending Israel is much more difficult. We know that. And it's a great honor and a great pleasure to be here. And all of you are lovers of Israel and defenders of Israel. But tonight we have 3 special persons that we would like to acknowledge, and I'd like to read the nominees for this very important award. Stella Banquet, David Oakes, and Enna Verkov.
Stella Banquet's family immigrated to the United States from Ukraine in 1993 to escape anti-Semitism and economic instability in the aftermath of the Soviet Union collapse. Stella discovered her passion for Israel on a birthright trip. She returned to New York City to discover the Divest from Israel movement, thus fueling her passion to advocate for Israel, and she started a relationship with AIPAC. Stella was selected for the AIPAC Diamond Summer Internship and began to work on Senator Joe Lieberman's campaign for Senate because of how pro-Israel he was. She spends her spare time educating members of Congress on the importance of the U.S.-Israel relationship and has helped host a 500-person town hall for Congressman Jeffries on the Iran deal. This summer, she served as a point of contact for several members of Congress on the Iran deal.
Through my time of getting to know Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, I know how committed he is to doing the right thing with respect to this deal and other matters of the U.S.-Israel relationship.
As part of this work, she helped host a 500-person town hall for Congressman Jeffries on the Iran deal. Stella knows that her ability to live freely as a Jew in the United States largely hinges on a safe and secure Israel, and believes that it's a privilege to be involved in Israel advocacy work for many years to come. David Oakes is a lawyer and real estate professional whose passion is to inspire young unaffiliated Jews and non-Jews to care and connect to Israel. As a result of Israel's 2014 war in Gaza, David was inspired to quit his job as an attorney and move to New York City to run development for Fuel for Truth, where he is still a proud volunteer. David is the founder of Halev Israel, a nonprofit dedicated to sending highly charismatic leaders to AIPAC's annual policy conference in Washington, D.C. Since its inception in 2012, Halev has more than 17 committed volunteers and has subsidized more than 21 young leaders to attend their first policy conference. On Saturday, March 19th, the night before the conference, Halev will be throwing its 3rd annual AIPAC Policy Conference welcome event in D.C. to kick off the annual conference and is expecting more than 400 guests. Enna Verkov immigrated to the United States from the former Soviet Union in 1996 and is currently an attorney running her own law practice in the financial district of New York. One of Enna's most fervent passions is to advocate for Israel, and she utilizes her legal skills to do so in social media and beyond. While at the Lawfare Project, Enna discovered that Hamas and Hezbollah were airing their TV shows within the United States and took part in drafting a legal memorandum on the potential criminal recourse against the company. Enna was named to the Jewish Week's 36 Under 36 list for pro-Israel advocacy, was published in the Allgemeiner and the Forward. In an open letter to Penelope Cruz, Enna slammed the actress for criticizing Israel's military actions without knowing the law or understanding the facts. Enna is currently taking a proactive stance in a fight to assure that Jewish students are safe on their campuses.
And the winner is Stella Banquet.
Okay, wow. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to Devorah and Ye, because honestly, all of tonight's awards really go to you for the work that you do every day to make Judaism alive for so many of us. So that's first of all. Okay, so usually I have a lot to say, but today I'm going to say 3 short things. Number 1, standing in front of all of you, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Club 54. Club 54 is the giving circle that supports everything that Chabad of Upper East Side Young Professionals does. And without Club 54, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't enjoy the Torah and tea that many of you mentioned and all the activities that happen. So if you're not a member yet, please come up to me and become a member. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to say a huge thank you to my family, who's actually all here today, and it is literally never happens that we are at a Jewish function together. And a huge thank you to the close people that know what this work takes. Many times I am running around the city. I am hitting people up for money. I am all over the country, and you don't always understand why I'm doing it, but I know that you always have my back and you're always proud of me no matter what happens. And the third thing, and I think this is the most important, is really a call to action. It should not go understated that nearly 70 years ago, the pro-Israel community in the United States and around the world did not have a voice. Today, we have an incredible platform to be pro-Israel. In fact, we have so many platforms to be pro-Israel. I cannot count on both hands and feet how many ways there are to be pro-Israel in New York City. And not one of them is more important than the others, but the sum of all the parts is so critical and so much greater than the parts themselves. And so if you do nothing else at all, please find a way to play your part in being pro-Israel and in building a strong U.S.-Israel relationship. Because if we learned anything this summer, it is that being pro-Israel, it is that a U.S.-Israel relationship is not to be taken for granted, and that we have to work for it every single day. And honestly, if I could wish for one thing, it's for my kids never to have to campaign for an award for being a defender and lover of Israel, because Israel should need no defending. So thank you again, and I hope everyone has a great time tonight.